to MOCA's Nola Bells and Bows, where the love runs deep, the fam stays strong, and the bells, they always ring for us. We the bells and we hold it down, yeah. Real ones only, we don't mess around. All love, no cap, no clout to chase, just truth in the chat and respecting the space. It's family, MOCA got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role, just show a real and you already home. Pull up to the bells and bows like a Sunday seed. Got peace in the room and the vibe on beat. No drama, no mess, just minds that meet. Introduce yourself in the chat and the mods gon' greet. Real talk, we got brothers and sisters here. Ain't no fake love, every heart sincere. We've been through storms, but the skies stay clear. Loyalty live, that's the chant you hear. Woo! No chaos in the comment section, just bells with a bond and a bold connection. Safe space, strong face, deep reflection. MOCA don't fold, that's pure protection. If you ever felt unheard, misunderstood, pull up in the chat, we treat you good. Ain't gotta be loud, just gotta be true. MOCA got the light and we shine with you. Not a panel of pain, it's a platform of pride. Everybody got space and we don't divide. You loyal, you love, that's how we ride. Got a bell and a bow in the name, but a tribe world. From the mods to the lurkers and folks on rewatch. Every tap, every like, we feel it alive. MOCA ain't just a name, it's a vibe you caught. Nola bell, Nola boast, that's a family, not a thought. Bring it loud, we the bells and we hold it down. Yeah, we do. Real ones only, we don't mess around. Real talk, all love, no cap, no clout to chase. Just truth in the chat and respecting the space. It's family, MOCA got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role to show a real and you already home. MOCA said that to every bell in this space. Whether you typing, watching, or just vibing, you are this family. And over here, we don't fold, we ring. Ooh, welcome to MOCA's.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday, and welcome to another live stream. We're back at it again with those people, y'all. For some reason, well, we're going to be on them. We're going to be on them for a while because we still don't know where Naziah is. No word about a Naziah. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to do what we do best. We're going to do what we do best. We're going to talk about the Annettes, the Shannons, the Markitas. Yeah, we're calling it what it is tonight. Because from January 2024 up until right now, their behavior, their actions have been absolutely deplorable. Deplorable. It's been 2 years. And they're still juggling the truth about Naziah and her whereabouts. They have been swallowing secrets since 2024, and we still need to know where is Naziah. And I did say their actions, their behavior, their movements have been deplorable. And I don't care who don't like that word. Because how do you sit here for 2 years, 2 months, and now 21 days and still not give what needs to be given when it comes to a little girl, your granddaughter, your niece, somebody you claim you loved? Help me understand that, because I'm trying to figure out, why has there never been any urgency? Where's the consistency in protecting her? Where has the emotions gone? Because at some point, you all got this looking like something that you're hiding. Something that you've been involved in and something you don't want the world to see. Because this didn't just happen last week, heifers. We're talking about a child who's still unaccounted for, not found, not located, not brought home. None of that. But yet, y'all, energy surrounding this whole situation has been off since day one. And we're here to tell y'all what we think about that. And the longer time goes on, the more it feels like we watching y'all move in a way that don't match what y'all say out of y'all mouth. You say you love her, but where's the fight? You say you care, but where's the pressure? You say you want answers, but y'all never moved. So we ain't gonna tiptoe around nothing. We never do. We ain't softening no words over here because we never do. We ain't pretending like we don't see what's been going on for the past 2 years. Annette, Shannon, Markita, we're looking at y'all and we're asking that one question that we've been asking for 2 years. Where's Naziah? And why the hell does it feel like everything but the truth has moved in this entire damn situation? Y'all have the answers. And like I said, y'all have been sitting on them. Y'all have been sitting on those answers for 2 years. And it's time that y'all give it up. It is time that y'all give it up. No labels, no labos. Happy Monday. I see y'all coming up in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to the chat, welcome, baby. If you're in the bushes, make sure you hit the like button for your girl. As a matter of fact, all of y'all hit the like button for your girl. Double tap the emojis on the side. Let YouTube know the porch is open and the light is on. Welcome, everyone. Belinda, welcome, sweetheart. Lady D, I see you, baby. Deborah Crosby, welcome, my love. Karen, I see you. Oh, Lord, Karen, call them two pythons with glasses on. Simone, happy Monday, my love. Wendy, I see you, baby. My niece Star is up in here. Hey, boo. Happy Monday, my beautiful sister, Dr. J. Happy Monday, my love. And yes, indeed, the last Monday of the month. OG Bone, welcome as always. Welcome. Always glad to have you in the chat. Carla Russell, welcome, my love. Trina, my girl. Welcome, Melissa. I see you, baby. Welcome. Ariane, happy Monday, my love. Look at hip hop. What up, though? What's going on, hip hop? Happy Monday. My girl Kim is in here. Happy Monday, boo. Anastasia, welcome. Look at my girl Roz is up in here. Hey, Mimi, welcome, boo. Happy Monday to you. Kimberly Earls, welcome, boo. Gloria, welcome. I see you all. I see you all. I see you all. Happy Monday, Valerie. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Carla says, MOCA, they've been swallowing secrets way before 2 years, more like 40 years. And Carla Russell, it shows. It shows. And it's a shame. It's a shame. But they want us to look at them. They want us to look at them as if they're the innocent ones. Who does that? Who does that? CM said, MOCA, I want to know. What in the hell was in that plea deal that made this family that supposedly loved Naziah so much agree to? Let's talk about it for a second. My girl, terrific. I see you, boo. Happy Monday. Welcome, mama. Drag Racing, welcome, welcome. Essie, welcome. CM, the only thing that I could see could have been in that plea deal was something to protect them, something to keep them from being exposed, something they didn't want the world to know about them that would save them from being buried. Because there's no way. If you love your granddaughter, if you love your niece, if you feel everything that you tried to make the world believe you really felt, there's no way I would have signed off on a plea deal that cheap. Because that was a cheap plea deal. A hell of a cheap plea deal. Because if you can't tell me where she is, then that means either you don't know where she is, or you done told those people, I know where she is. You done said something that got my back up against the wall and in a corner to sit here and take such a plea deal. Because still, I'm going to always say, if Jarvis Butts did all that they said he did, and that was the man that was accused of doing all of this to one of mine, they could have gave him 100 plus 100 plus another 100. That's what I would have been waiting to sign off on. I wouldn't have accepted a 35. I wouldn't have accepted that with the possibility of parole. I wouldn't have accepted that with conditions as to this is what happens. You got to go and sign up to be on the registry. You have to wear an ankle monitor upon your release. It was those little words there. Those little words there meant a lot. Those little words told a story. And she agreed to him. She had to agree to him. But yet you want us to believe you care? Ladies, sit your ass down. You do not care. Spicy, welcome. Happy Monday, love. Happy Monday, Bridget. Cornell, I see you, boo. I am Kirby. Welcome, boo. Beautiful soul, I see you. See you. Annette did not care. And with that being said, right? With that being said, we have to go back and ask ourselves the question that we still, my girl Tanya, I see you, boo. Shrell, welcome. Shrell said her chest still hurting from last night. Girl, we still have to ask ourselves the question, y'all. Is it possible? Portia, I see you, my love. Welcome, baby. We have to ask ourselves the question. When Annette pulled out of her driveway at 3 o'clock, the very day that she claimed Naziah came up missing, that don't look good for Annette. That don't look good for Annette. Because Annette, I'm going to go back to that very moment. And I have to ask the question. I have to ask the question, Annette. Because it don't look good. You left at the very time that child was getting off the bus. Not only did you leave at the very time this child was getting off the bus, Annette, but Annette, it took you 3 hours to get back home. Not only did it take you 3 hours to get back home, your behavior once you got home told a story. You said you didn't want to call the police. You would do it the next day. Now the question is, chat, and I need y'all to help me with this one. Why do you all believe? What are y'all thoughts? Hey, Tiff, welcome, boo. What are y'all thoughts? Why do y'all think Annette did not get in a hurry? Why do y'all think Annette was not in a rush to make a phone call? Why Annette would not call the police? Because that's troubling. Cynthia Harmon, welcome. That's very troubling. And I need y'all to tell me, why do y'all think she did not call the police that night? Lady D said Annette didn't care. If she did, she would have never agreed to that damn deal. Absolutely, Portia. She didn't make that phone call because she was guilty. Wendy said she know where she was. Absolutely. Drag Racing said because she knows where she's at and who she gave her to. Hello. Roz said she was stalling. Essie says Annette knows where Naziah was, MOCA. Absolutely. And you see, Annette, that's why I'm here to tell you, ma'am, it's not looking good. It's not looking good because you knew. And in my opinion, you picked her up. And I want to know why you danced around that, Annette. Why you still throwing Naziah to the wolves. Ariane said Jarvis was the fall guy. They set him up and trying to cover it up. Absolutely. And for those that's been following me from day one, I'm covered. I see you, baby. I've always said, and that was my opinion, Jarvis was the fall guy. He was the fall guy. Charlotte Stewart, welcome and happy Monday, my love. It makes no sense. And I'm going to always say that. Virgo White, welcome, baby. It makes no sense that here we are still asking the same questions. Dr. J says she did not call the police because she was involved. Blood was on her hands too. Absolutely. Terrific said he had to get their weak ass story together. Absolutely. April, welcome, sis. Absolutely, y'all. Dr. J, I'm with you wholeheartedly. Her hands were dirty. Blood all over it. And Terrific, you said it best. They had to get their story together. And I'm convinced, and that's my opinion, I am convinced she had a lot to do with it. Roz says not only did she stall for time, but she went to sleep. Very comfortable with Naziah being gone. How the fuck do you do that? How do you do that? And then the telling part of it all is you want to stand in front of the world and pretend to cry for a grandchild that you inflicted harm upon. You inflicted harm upon her. You know, and that theory has been out there about the antifreeze and the at-home, the at-home abortion and whatever. No. Now we have to look at this from a whole different angle because it's bigger than that. It's truly bigger than that. Because if y'all look at the evidence, right? If we look at the evidence, guys, the evidence that they presented, don't match. Don't match. Antifreeze. It don't. They said he researched it, but they never said they saw traces of it on anything. So we could throw that out the window, right? There was none of that. And not only the antifreeze part, right? There was no at home in the kitchen getting rid of the baby. That was not successful. That never happened either. And the reason I said that never happened because either the narrative that they're putting out there is a lie, or what Kim Worthy came out here and said is a lie. Because she did say, I have every reason to believe that Jarvis Butts is the father of Naziah's unborn baby. So you have to make that shit make sense. Kim says Kim Worthless, your friend Annette, needs to be locked up for perjury, neglect, and endangerment. You can't avoid locking her up. She fits to be held accountable, and you too. Absolutely. No nonsense. I see you, my love. Happy Monday, boo. This is insane, y'all. This is definitely insane. Star says, and Annette admitted it on the stand that she did nothing to find Naziah. Not only did she admit she did nothing, but she did it so casual and so calm, like it was some ordinary shit. Like it was normal. Spicy said, where's that baby? What did you guys do to the baby? And then Shannon and Marcus. Spicy, Shannon, Marcus, and Annette. Give me 1 second. Let me show you what they look like at the time this happened, right? And when I show y'all what they look like at the time this took place, I need your honest thought. I need you all, I'm going to come back to the comments, but I need y'all honest thoughts in the chat. And when I show you all what they look like, I need you all to make sure you hit the like button and fire up those emojis to the right. Because once y'all see, we got something to talk about. Tell me exactly what your thoughts are. Give me 1 second. That's what they look like. That's what they look. Tanya said a hot damn mess. That's what they look like. And you mean to tell me them faces there, the aren't you welcome, love? Okay, Spicy, damn, Belinda said crunchy. And you mean to tell me those faces right there don't prove to you that there was a jealousy within them? A hell of a jealousy. A hell of a jealousy. Valerie's laughing. A jealousy. So Annette, since you decided to go to sleep, right? My girl Uncovered says Otis search criteria data as of March 30th, which is today. One match found. Last name Butts, first name Jarvis, status active offender. So he's still not updated in the system, right? What does that say to us? Dorothy Ann, welcome, my love. What does that say to us, Uncovered? There's no way. No way. CM says Raggedy Annette didn't call the police because that whole story is made up. Bingo. The entire story. Terrific said, I see Barney in the purple. Lady D said bullfrog and glasses. Simone said, MOCA, you just blinded me with that one. Oh my God. Tina said plastic surgery maybe would have helped with self-love. Girl, we cannot unsee. We cannot unsee this. And we want to wonder why. We want to wonder why Naziah went through hell. That's how she went through hell. If I look like that, if I look like, hold up, MOCA, give your people one more shot. Look here, y'all. Look at these. Shannon had nerves to have her hair match her dress. Terrific said 3 the hard way. Ah, damn. Kim want to know, where's Shannon eyes? Girl, in the back of her head, deep, deep. You hear me? Kimberly Earl says Annette picked Naziah up. I believe she did. I do believe she did, y'all. Cornell says, MOCA, hear me out. Bucket needs to be arrested. Since the abuse took place in her alleged, no, that wasn't Cornell. That didn't belong to her. That did not belong to her. That townhouse belonged to the other one. Hey, Love Jones, welcome, boo. Hey, Monet. Monet said, what did I walk into, girl? Girl. The people under the stairs. Look, Conger. Hey, boo. Welcome. Welcome. Damn, Gloria said a hunchback of Notre Dame. Y'all crazy. TB say, hey, girl, what's going on? Bridget said she was trying to cover her ass, MOCA, by waiting to report that baby missing. She was in on it too and helped get rid of the evidence. Absolutely. Because Bridget, let me put this shit up there. Bridget, how is it, right? How is it the next day? Your car was not broken the day before, bitch, because you said you went and pick up the other children from the after school program. But then 2 days later, you need a brand new van. So I want to know why all of a sudden you need a brand new vehicle. And then that very cousin that has so much to say today was the one that took you to get a new vehicle. We got to make this make sense. Let me tell you, there are more dirty hands on this than we want to admit. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with y'all on that. Oh, Samantha got part 2. Jarvis Ramon's butts. March 16, 2026. MDOC status. Current. Probationer supervision. Begin date February 7th, 2024. Assigned location Charles Eagler. Reception and Guidance Center supervision. Something is shady. Uncovered. This part here, the milk is spoiled and there are a lot of flies sitting in it. I'm not buying that shit until they could show me different. You hear me? I'm not buying none of that. They're going to have to show me proof. I swear to God, they're going to have to show me proof. Discharge date February 7th, 2027. Security level 2. Security level 2. So why is it's a new day? Mariah, you're welcome. Damn, Terrific said he got maggots in the milk too. Here it is. Another day then came about, and Otis keep getting updated, but he never gets removed. Man, they could miss me with that shit. They really can. They really and truly can. Really, they can. Uncovered said they planned it all and used Jarvis. And we've been saying this for days. Jarvis was used in all of this. Lord Cornell must be cutting up in the chat. Lady D said, yeah, I think after Jarvis told her about antifreeze, Annette gave her a glass of juice of it, and that's why she fell out on that floor at school. But you know, Lady D, I don't even believe the fell out on the floor at school story. I don't. Because it's not believable. I mean, think about it. You have kids. I have kids. Think about it. We are, we've been around kids. Anytime something like that happens to a kid, whether it's in home or in a public place, we're going to get immediate help. We're going to get help. Nobody sought assistance for this baby. And then she supposedly got up from feeling bad, got on the bus in the name of going home. That shit don't make sense. And in between that, Shannon made a statement during a preliminary that Naziah called her or texted her that day from school. So either Naziah was on the floor wallowing in pain, doing bad that day, or she was in good spirits and able to text Shannon, get on the bus and walk. Make this shit make sense. Them hoes is lying. Them hoes is lying. Drag racing said a person with no conscience can do those things. Drag racing. I never thought people like that exist. I mean, I know there's some cold-hearted people in this goddamn world, but to your own, that's crazy to me. That's, insane. That little girl deserves so much better. So much better. Bridget says, can't nobody, and I do mean nobody, tell me that Annette didn't know what was going on in her house. Bridget, she knew. I don't give a damn how she lied. Bridget, I don't care how Annette tried to slice it. Annette knew everything that was going on in that house. She knew everything that was going on in that house. As a matter of fact, Bridget, not only did she know everything that was going on in that house, Annette orchestrated every movement that was made in that house. Look at Shannon, look at Markita. Them girls couldn't do shit without Annette's approval. Annette gave orders, told them what to do, how to do it, when to go, when to come. Annette was the mastermind behind all of this. Shannon's slow ass helped play it out. See, Shannon is the one that got them all in this kerfuckle to begin with, right? Because had this slow, deep-eyed bitch had not took Jarvis Butts as a man, as her man, kept him in the house amongst those children, this probably would have never happened. Annette saw an opportunity with another man that she could have laid and played with, because that's a family that lays together and plays together. So none could tell me, and I know they can't tell y'all either, that they did not see what was going on in that house with those children. They cannot make me believe that. Not whatsoever. Mary Kay, I see you, my love. Look at this shit here. And I'm covered. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm covered. Say they gave Jarvis his addiction for a specific time. And then they turned on him. Hey, Tay, welcome, baby. And then they turned on him. They turned on him. They turned on him when it became public that Naziah was not there. But then we have to ask ourselves, how long has Annette been sitting on the fact that Naziah was not there before she decided to go and fake that story about Naziah didn't come home? Because according to 5%, Naziah had been gone. Been gone. And I wonder, something is in me wondering, right? If Jarvis told the truth about how long Naziah had really been gone. I wonder. Cynthia Harmon says, I think they planned it and played and used Jarvis because of his background. My opinion, Cynthia, I believe that too. I could believe that. Cornell says, they said Naziah baby aborted at school. Cornell, we gonna make that make sense, right? Cornell, we gonna make that make a little bit of sense. How is that possible? Because the lady with the greasy sponge roller hair set, she never said that. That's why, oh Lord. She never said that. And then you got to think about if they claim she got off of that school bus and took a walk, right? If they claim she got off of that school bus and went walk to meet Jarvis, you know how far she had to walk? So how did she walk in that condition? So that means the school could be charged with neglect as well, right? If all of that happened on that school campus and they turn her loose like that. What? See how this not making sense? And then, how could Kim Worthy come right behind and say what she said? Ooh, child. All news ain't never good news. All news ain't never repeatable news, because that one there wasn't it. Damn, Cynthia Harmon says Annette knew all along with her wolf wig. With her wolf wig. Thank you all for engaging with the emojis to the right. I appreciate it so very much. Keep tapping them, tap, tap, tap. Let YouTube know we're on the porch and the light is on, baby. Deborah Crosby say, ain't no way Annette went to sleep unless Naziah been gone before the date she said. She had to come up with the alibi. Deborah Crosby, bingo. How the fuck your child don't come home that night and you could lay your ass there and comfortably go to sleep? Now, if you could comfortably go to sleep, guess what? She's been gone. She didn't just disappear within the 3 hours that you didn't see her. No way. Because if it only been 3 hours, my nerves would have been bad. Your nerves would have been bad. We'd have been calling people we didn't even know. But she went to sleep. That child been missing. Deborah Crosby, absolutely. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But to say that Naziah was, and Belinda, I see you coming, boo. But who said that Naziah was in severe distress and pain? They painted a pretty picture as to what could have taken place at that school, but where's the proof? We have to ask ourselves these things. You see, everything that they gave us, every story that they told, now that you sit back and look at it, you got to make it make sense. Because if Naziah was on that floor in such distress, like I said earlier, how is it that Naziah could pick up the phone and call Shannon throughout the day while at school? How can Naziah skip her ass to get on the bus and then skip on down the street to walk and meet Jarvis Bus? We got to make that make sense. That shit ain't adding up. So that school story, we could throw that out the window. And that's why I say that lady with the greasy hair and the home, like she was sitting in somebody's kitchen and put a straightening comb in her hair with some raw crown hair grease on them sponge rollers. That lady's testimony in that story could have went out the window because I believe that to be a lie. That didn't happen. Because that lady and the one that found that ID looked like they could have been sisters. I don't believe it. Guys, if you don't mind, I see you all in the bushes. I see you all in here. And it's a possibility that you did forget to hit the like button. I would truly, truly, truly appreciate it if you hit the like button for your girl. I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. That like button is free 99 all day long. I'd appreciate you giving the girl a like. Belinda says you have to be a crazy demon to do that to a pregnant child. You look, you just got to be a demon to do that to any child. Yeah, you just got to be something that's wrong with you to do that to any child. Cornell says Annette should have had her ass in the kitchen cooking greens and pound cake like any other granny. Oh Lord, Cornell, Cornell. Have you seen Annette's social media pictures? Have you seen them? Do Annette looks like a granny to you? Annette looks like a streetwalker. Annette is for the streets. What granny you know look like that, move like that? And you want Annette cooking greens and making pound cakes? Make that shit make sense, Cornell. Would you want Annette with a history like that? Hold up, Cornell. I got a better one for you. I got a better one for you, boo. I'm going to let you. Cornell, look. Cornell. I'm going to let you look on this screen right quick. Take one good look at Annette and tell me what you think. Look, I'm going to give you, I'm going to let you take one good look. Annette looked like she plays with her cat. She looks like she plays with her cat. So why would you want that over the stove? Why would you want that cooking something for anybody, Cornell? Lordy. Ooh, loud. Come on, Cornell. Come on. She really looked like a madam. Oh, Lord. Bridget said Annette ran that household. She had the Mucinex twins on lockdown. They did whatever she said. Absolutely. Abso-damn-lutely. Absolutely. That picture is one of a lifetime. There'll never be another picture like that in this world, and I'm not never getting rid of that shit. Damn, y'all crazy. Look, y'all, Curtis said day 2 of laughing. TB said I'm screaming, drag racing, laughing. TB said, oh my God. Belinda said, call the police. Cornell said, oh shit, but you want that to be cooking. Ron said, no necks. Head sitting dead, sitting on their shoulder. Lord. Woo! My girl Dorothy Ann is up in here. Deborah Crosby said the only way Annette went to sleep that time, she said, is because Naziah was gone. Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, Tina. Tina said plastic surgery maybe would have helped them with self-love. Girl. This is crazy. But Annette is wrong for that shit. Love Jones says she will lie and risk her life and her kids' lives for a man that was never hers or wanted her. Isn't that crazy, Love Jones? Is that not crazy? But Love Jones, we got to ask, what was bargained though? There was a trade-off somewhere. Something was bargained. And I believe Annette profited. That's my opinion. I believe she profited and she don't want to tell the truth. She don't want to tell the truth. Like I said, the evangelists have told the goddamn story. But Annette knows the rest of the story. She knows the rest of the damn story. Hey, Rhonda, welcome, boo. She knows the rest of the damn story. The Archer said, there go them 80s cartoons, Two Turtles and Master Splinter. Donatello and Michelangelo. Absolutely, that's them. Oh, look. Not Cornell. Naughty got a caption. Hold on. And the Archer that fits them well. That fits them well. That fits them well. Damn Ninja Turtles. Star says Annette picked Naziah up when she was on the floor at school and dropped her off to Jarvis. I could believe that too. Hey, my girl Tony, welcome. Welcome. I don't believe she picked her up from school, boo. Let me tell you why I don't. I don't even believe the school story even happened. I don't believe that. I don't believe that because Shannon was telling on Annette in a sense. She really was. Because Shannon said her and her mama had been home all day until 3 o'clock. And Annette backed out of the driveway at 3 p.m. Naziah was getting off the bus. So if Annette picked Naziah up, she picked Naziah up on her way from the bus stop. That's what she did. That's what she did. That's what she did. Dorothy Ann says, they know, speaking on the family, That's why there has not been no funeral. No nothing. Questions asked from that wicked family is sick. No one can tell me they don't know where that baby is, Dorothy Ann. No emotions, no tears, no plans of, if she's deceased, no plans of a memorial, a funeral, you know, none of that. None of that, you know. And my thing is, there's a reason behind it. There's a reason behind it. And Annette knows there's a reason behind it. And they need to shake the shit out of her until she tells the reason. There's a reason behind it. I've never seen, and I watch these crime cases all the time. I've never seen nothing like this. And again, I'm going to say this because this is what I believe. There's a reason that we have not picked up on yet. There's a reason why Naziah has still not been found in 2 years, 2 months, and 21 days. There's a reason why, Miss Gemini, welcome, baby. There's a reason why she has not been found. Is she in Rouge River? Hell no. That's MOCA's opinion. Is she in oil barrels, as they say? No. And that's my opinion. Has she been dismembered? No. And that's my opinion. And I'm going to say, if they really want the truth, they need to drill the shit out of Annette. They need to drill the shit out of Annette until they force the truth. Because Annette knows. Annette knows where this child is. She knows. And I'm going to stand on what I said about that court presence. That court presence was, bitch, you slip up and say the wrong thing. It's not going to end the way you think it would end. This shit don't make sense. And you have to sit here. You have to sit here and make it make sense to you. Because what we have to do at this point, as we've been doing, it ain't about what they saying. It's about what they're not saying. Because it don't make sense. God damn, Kimberly called them 3 Teletubbies. Cornell, oh Lord, there go Cornell with the damn Barney song. Absolutely, Bridget, you have to pay attention and read between the lines. You have to. Tiffany said none of them hoes care. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's sad. TB want to know when is the funeral so we can all pull up. Which one, TB? Because I don't believe that won't be none for either one, in my opinion. In my opinion, there won't be one for neither one. The Archer said the granny lying big time. Her fiction is better than Spielberg and Tarantino. Absolutely. But you know, the lies that Annette has told, she's been doing that for years and years and years. So the lies have come naturally. And she can't force emotions because there's none. The lies come naturally. And it's a damn shame that Wayne County playing with Annette and her crew the way they're playing with them. It's a damn shame. Annette have other children, minor children, and I'm pretty sure because they're all on social media. Annette have other minor children that Wayne County should be looking at her ass sideways about. Because how the hell is it that these children just come up missing on your watch, Annette, and nobody knows where they are? They disappeared, just like Naziah. And y'all can miss me with that shit. Because the way the world is today, children are being moved. They're being moved just like the garbage man that passes and pick up garbage. These children are being moved. And they're not being moved by a Joe Blow on the street. They're not being moved by a man that looks like a monster. They're not being moved by somebody that's riding down the street looking like a boogeyman driving a van. That's not how these children are being moved. These children are being moved by somebody that y'all allowed in your circle. Y'all get comfortable with these people. Y'all allow these children to get comfortable with these people. You're calling them uncle. You're calling them friend. You're calling them pastor. You're calling them bishop. Calling them daddy for that fucking matter. And they're the ones that's making the connection. Because when you, and clearly Annette, it appears that you label these children as problem children. They get out of hand because they start disrespecting you, calling you out on your shit, right? And when they call you out on your shit, they mysteriously disappear. Annette, you got to answer for that. And who's going to make Annette answer to that? I'm waiting to find out. I want to know who's going to hold Annette accountable and make Annette answer to all the harm and the wrong that she's allegedly done these children. Because children just don't disappear by mistake. They don't. You had to have hated that child. Hated them children. Ariane said, I really wish Jarvis would have chosen a trial so everybody could have been popped wide open. He played the game with him long enough, right? He played the game with him long enough. Something tells me Jarvis was going to go to trial. No, something tells me Jarvis wanted to go to trial. But they had bigger plans. They had prosecution and Annette. They had a different plan. Because why would Jarvis hold out that long? Why would he hold out that long, not thinking that there would be a trial? Because he was going to take it. He refused the first plea offer. Because in his mind, we're going to take it to trial. But then when he got slapped in the face, knowing there was never a jury selection, knowing Shannon and Annette and Markita had been talking to the people behind the doors on his ass, He learned that quick. And then when they presented to him all that Annette, Shannon, Markita, and whoever else had been said, Jarvis Butt's hands was forced. But we wished it would have gone to trial, because Annette would have been exposed and her end would have been bad. Bridget said with all those cars they had, Naziah should have been taken and picked up from school. They pick up the other kids. Why didn't they pick up Naziah? Bridget, that was a setup. That shit was already in the making, Bridget. So they had to play it the way they planned it. How do you just pull Naziah out of school because of a fight that Shannon initiated? It was a play. They set her up. Absolutely. Gloria said, because of all the lies, we cannot believe any of them. Gloria, all the lies that have been told from the very beginning, not only can we not believe any of them, Gloria, I can't even believe them putting out here Jarvis Butts unalived himself. I'm not believing that. I'm not. Go to the same school, but Naziah got to ride the bus. That was a setup. Hey, Leah, welcome, babe. J. Rose, welcome to the chat, love. Ron says, yep, Uncle Daddy and shit. Absolutely. It didn't matter. She had no pics of the men that she had around these children. Terrific said, I watch my preteens like a hawk. Why didn't she? Because Terrific, you're a mother. You're a mother. Annette chased a dollar. Those children she should have named them all benefits. Instead of calling Naziah glamorous, she should have called the benefit. Instead of giving all the other ones names, she just should have said benefit 1, 2, and 3. Because Annette didn't give a damn about those children at all. Those children was a money train to Annette, and it shows. Not only does it show, Annette said it herself. Bitch, what kind of impact statement was that? Since Naziah's been gone, I've been hurt financially. What kind of shit is that? But yet nobody's seeing that. Prosecution didn't see it, or they didn't care to see it, because Annette, your ass would have got pulled off of that stand just like that. Lady D says Annette knew very well what was going on in that house. Them babies were her moneymaker, absolutely. Belinda said, did the investigators do blood samples of that van Annette had? Belinda, we'll never know. Because it seems like everything that happened with Annette happened behind the scenes. Happened behind the scenes. I'm not even focused on blood. I'm going to tell you why. Everybody else could talk about blood all they want. I'm not talking about blood. I'm not talking about evidence, because honestly, from everything that they presented, I still never saw nothing concrete, nothing solid. I really didn't. You got evidence of one shoe. That shoe was brand new. And who's to say it was her shoe? They said Vari identified it. The hoodie. Who's to say that was her hoodie? Because the story Annette comes up with is she had the hoodie on under her coat. That's knowing that that's not the truth, baby. Because that same picture that Kim Worthy said She was waving high and buying. That child didn't have that hoodie on. So let's make it make sense. In MOCA's, in my thought process, that hoodie. I've seen Jarvis Butts in several of his pictures with a hoodie like that on. So is it possible? Is it possible that that night when Annette supposedly went to sleep and chose not to call the police, is it possible that they sit there and they patched together, pieced together what they thought could be used as evidence and planted it like it looked like? Because the very same place that they searched, they found nothing. But then they're called by family members, supposedly searchers, that supposedly ran across these items. Now all of a sudden it becomes part of the evidence. Miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with it. Because if and that's the thing I don't get, because if the investigators and the detectives went out there and found absolutely nothing, how is it that you're going to tell me family members went out there and they found a spot that had this, that, and the other in it, and y'all pull that bullshit in for evidence? That shit ain't flying with me. It's not. And I do believe the night Annette so say didn't go to sleep, they planted evidence. They got their shit together, knew what they was going to do with it, knew how they was going to do it, went out there and staged that shit. Boom. That's your story. Who does that? Guys, if you don't mind, hit the like button. Y'all sit in the bushes, listening, taking notes. But the like button, y'all refuse to hit it. And it's a shame because, how do you go to somebody's house and don't speak? It's just unbelievable. Because I would like to have the likes at least matching the views. I don't ask for much. And if you hit the like button, I truly appreciate it. But then you're going to label this child as a runaway, Annette. How many times will Wayne County keep allowing you to get away with the narrative that these children are all runaways? How is it? Lady D said I raised 4 girls, and I didn't play. Told them boys when they came on my porch, what's your name? What's your age now? Get the hell off my porch. Absolutely. Absolutely. Belinda said that's the softest interrogation I ever seen. Wasn't even a good cop, bad cop. Friendly as I don't know what. Listen, Belinda, that interrogation had me scratching my head. Jarvis was sitting in there calling that man, hey, boss. Boss man. What? This shit was all staged. All staged. Absolutely, Bridget, she been gone and didn't know where she is. Dorothy Ann said she didn't make that call because she picked the baby up before she even got home. Absolutely. And I'm glad y'all seen it the way I'm seeing it. Absolutely. Ariane said, man, if the walls could talk in that house, she wasn't panting for nothing. Belinda said we saw a video of her walking, I think. I think she dropped her school badge, remember? Nah, Belinda. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That was staged. That was planted there. That was planted there, boo. Because where that school ID was found, that wasn't Naziah's route. That was not Naziah's route. Tiffany said they damn sure didn't look worried. And a hot damn mess is right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Somebody need to pull the truth out of Annette. Because how do you have Annette still walking around here destroying children? Lady D said, and the thing that baby girl was in the house, she had to be asked. She had to be asked. Or one of those other children could have asked, where's Naziah? I wonder what they told those children is right. Well, they lied. You know, they're used to lying. They're used to feeding those children bullshit. And all the children had to do was accept it. Terrific said, did they even try to say maybe Naziah got kidnapped? She didn't use those words, right? Terrific. That's how I say Annette lied all over her ass. Annette went, and that's why Judge Seabree looked at her like she was retarded. Annette went reporting Naziah to the school as a runaway. When DPD forced Annette to do the press release, the press conference, in her press conference, Terrific, she insinuated kidnapping. Because this is what she said. Y'all took Naziah and y'all don't even know what's going on. Y'all don't know why y'all took her. It ain't like that. Naziah could be in danger. Y'all just bring her back home. What? Who the hell are you talking to? Because just a couple of days ago, you reported her as a runaway. So now you're talking to whoever has her. Annette, make that shit make sense, baby. And if I picked it up, others picked it up. Others picked it up. And you mean to tell me prosecution ain't picked that up? And they didn't challenge your ass on it? Come on now. That's crazy. Beautiful Soul said that January 9th, the weather was heavy, wet, snow 3 to 5 inch. Who gonna be in pain doing all that walking? Abso-goddamn-lutely. It's the lies. And so many of them. Lady D said, and I wonder where that came up with. Oh, she ran away. Did Annette have to change that? Had to change that, and then she said, I didn't say she ran away. I don't know. But look, the other children that's unaccounted for, that was supposedly in her care, they were labeled runaways too now. So that's a word that she's gotten quite fucking comfortable with over the years. Everybody is a runaway. Let's go back to Anisha Harris. She's a runaway too. Nobody still knows where Anisha Harris is. And if you look at the descriptive words, because we don't know who filed the report on Anisha Harris, her story, her runaway description is damn near identical to Naziah's. How is it that these runaways, the storyline, it always includes a boy? Come on, goddamn it, Annette. But yet, Wayne County is letting her get away with that. Something is wrong. Something is terribly wrong. Star says you wouldn't come into someone's home. Oh, you talking about the like button, girl. I see you. I see you. I see. Oh, Lord. Ron Dooley says, oh, no, please, no more looks. I promise I'm not going to do it no more. No more. Lady D said how she's going to cook, and she kept that hospital refrigerator locked up with a chain. Girl. Tiffany says that van. Tiffany said that van had that baby's DNA in it. Whew. I know you ain't trying to sit Annette down and talk to Jesus, girl. Annette ain't ready for this. And it's a shame how Jarvis bet sit his ass there and allowed them to pull him into their shit. Because Annette been doing this all her life. And let me tell you, Jarvis ended up being the fall guy because Jarvis fits the script. He already had a damn record. So why not? Why the hell not? Damn, Tony called them some sour dill pickles. Belinda said Naziah told her friends she was moving away. Didn't she mean with Jarvis? Belinda, I don't know what Naziah told her friends. Belinda, the question is, where are her friends? Why have none of the friends surfaced? So who said that Naziah told that to her friends? Because since the beginning of this, we have none. Now, if y'all have, please let me know. But there has never been an instance where a friend ever appeared. Ever. So Naziah didn't tell no friends nothing. Shannon said that's what Naziah friends told her. But where are the friends? Where are the friends? This shit is a mess. A mess. You hear me? Ariane said we're going to have to see a doctor after all this shit is over. Lady D said Annette was supposed to be the strict one. And Shannon and them deal with the net told them to do. Yeah, they actually did what Annette told them to do. So Annette knows everything that happened. Every damn thing. Everything. Annette thinks she was going to get his insurance money for that baby. She ain't going to get no insurance money. She took a deal. Ain't no insurance money. Ain't no insurance company giving Annette a goddamn dime. So I'm not me. I invested in no insurance. Annette ain't getting shit. Simone said Annette not getting no insurance money. They need a death certificate. Nobody, no death certificate. Fuck out of here. That shit she ain't getting shit. But you know, Wayne County, they fuckabooing a whole lot of shit over there. A whole lot. J. Rose says kids are a paycheck for her. There is no real love. We're supposed to protect them, not put them in harm's way. But she's living that opposite life. Opposite of that. Annette don't know what it means to protect a child. She just don't know. And she's been showing us that. And her days of suffering just beginning. Annette has a lot to pay for. Because I want to know, just like y'all, what were they hiding in that plea deal? What were they hiding? And I want to know, being that Jarvis is supposedly no longer here, does everything that they agreed to, does it get off the table? Because now is the time for the hammer to come down on a Shannon, Annette, and every fucking body else that was involved in the disappearance of Naziah. Because I ain't calling it the unalivement. I'm saying the disappearance. Naziah is just not in Detroit. Shit. Tony says, MOCA, I can't wait until the little girl that has been locked up for the fight with Naziah comes out and speaks about what her and Naziah was fighting for, because that's crazy to be locked up for so long. But Tony, I don't think the little girl is still locked up though. Because the last time I heard Mark D talk about it, the little girl was locked up for quite a few months for sure. I don't think the child is still locked up. I really don't believe she is. J. Rose says they see it. They don't care. That's work for people. The judicial system in Michigan is a fucking joke. I could believe that. I see it. I see it. Oh, damn. Deborah Crosby said, you look at them twins. That's the reason why Annette had that chain on their fridge. Damn. J. Rose says they're playing in people's face and getting away with bullshit, and that's the way it's being delivered. Terrific said that hoodie is normally worn out the coat. If it wasn't seen, it wasn't there. Terrific, that's the fucking thing I said. That's exactly what I said. That goddamn hoodie. That child had on a Rugrat coat. So why? No, y'all gonna miss me with that fucking hoodie. Y'all really are. Y'all gonna miss me with the hoodie, baby. It's the lies. And they think nobody's picking up on them goddamn lies. J. Rose says all of this shit is premeditated. They planned this to a T. They're all going straight to hell. Absolutely. Simone said those sneakers should have been muddy. That pink hoodie should have been dirty. It was placed out there for sure. And then the pink hoodie was too big for her. The pink hoodie was double her size. That was either for Marcus or for Shannon. Bridget, they never found the other kids. I'm telling you, every child that runs away from Annette is never accounted for. Never. But we crazy though. Tony said, MOCA, that was Jarvis' hoodie. They found his DNA on it. They found his DNA, Naziah's, and a third person as well. It was a female that helped Jarvis Bus do whatever he did to her. Now Kim Worthless needs to arrest the third party. First of all, now that's the information that they gave us, right? That's the information they gave us. Now let's be hypothetical. Let's be hypothetical. Jarvis Butts, we know, had been having relations with Naziah for quite some time. Jarvis Butts has been having relations with multiple females for quite some time. Jarvis Butts looked like he never washed his ass. That's the look he gives me. Jarvis Butts, every time he appeared in the video, was always greasy. That was the look he had. Jarvis Butts, in the majority of those videos, always had that hoodie on. So check this out. I done been with one woman this morning, I was with another woman at 12 o'clock. I went lay up with Shannon after that. Then I went lay up with another woman. Then after school, Annette came dropped Naziah to the shop and I was with her. You see where I'm going with that? Fucking hoodie full of DNA. Hoodie full of DNA. So let's make it make sense. Shit. I mean, they can't just give me all of this shit and tell me take it and run with it. I'm not. No, I'm not. No, 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 no. I ain't doing that. We got to make all this shit make sense. And that's the thing. Whatever they put out there, they want us to run with it. But the thing is, you don't run with what they give you. You got to sit there and piece this shit together and run with what they're not saying. That hoodie was a plant. Absolutely terrific. That hoodie was a fucking plant, just like that oversized onesie and that one shoe. It was a plant. Too many people involved in this shit. Deborah Crosby said maybe he had dropped her off on Berg Road. Maybe that's where they be trafficking in that area. I don't know where they're trafficking in Detroit, but I know the hub is there. I call the church. Cornell said, I felt Annette treated the twins like the golden kids versus Lady and her other kids. Well, Cornell, did you not see them? Cornell, I've given you opportunities 3 times tonight. Wait, let me find Cornell comment again. Cornell on some shit in here tonight. I felt Annette treated the twins. I felt Annette treated the twins like the golden kids versus Lady and her other kids. Cornell, looking at them twins, Cornell, can you honestly answer me and say, MOCA, they look like they could make it on their own. I'm gonna let you look at them one more time, Cornell, and I want you to tell me, hey, my girl loves selfishly, Cornell. I'm gonna let you look at them one more time, and I want you to tell me if them 2 things look like they could make it in life on their own. Hold on. Now, Cornell, do they look like they could function? Cornell. Do they look like they could function on their own? Shit. That's why she held them close to her hip. Them things don't look like they could function without assistance. Shit. And that's why and that's why it's looking the way it's looking. Look at Cornell. Those twins got every ounce of dirty fabric in their being from their mama. They jumped when she said, I would jump too. Lady Libra. Damn. Let me look at it again. David, Lady Libra. Y'all. Lady Libra just said they almost look like the evangelists. Girl. Y'all. Lady Libra is onto something too. Hold up, Lady Libra. Lady Libra, let me look at that again. Y'all gonna have to look at this with me. Lady Libra said it looked like the evangelist. Hold up. Lady Libra, I think you on to something. Lady Libra, I think you on to something, girl. They are looking like the evangelists more and more. Terrific said if she had a hoodie on, she would have had it on definitely in that kind of weather. But she wasn't seen with one on, right? Nope. Nope. She didn't have the hoodie, boo. Drag racing say, damn, Lady Libra said, especially the one with the burgundy, that's Shannon. Drag racing said, MOCA, you think she got them two from the hospital? Drag racing, they came from somewhere. Roz, Lady Libra definitely got a point. Shit. Tony says, MOCA, Annette was talking to somebody that gave her some money, and it wasn't no dealer. And she hollers she could be in danger. In my opinion, it was a trafficking ring dealer she was speaking to, but we're not. Absolutely, Tony. That's what I called it to be. That's exactly. Y'all crazy up in here. Tony called them wholesome deal pickers. I don't never want to eat another pickle. Never. No, baby. Naziah ain't had no friends. Naziah didn't have no friends, not none that came up. Tony said Annette better go to the hotel and roll around on her back and get her money up because she will not get no insurance money. Absolutely. Hey, Denise, welcome, boo. Denise said, I'm so hurt because that baby girl was so beautiful. And someone needs to get Annette and scare her to talk. Absolutely. That's what I said earlier. Ariane said, I wonder what Barbie baby mama have to add to this story because I know she have some parts to play. You know what? We'll never know. Damn, Trina. Trina said, Shannon, what size sneakers you wear? That's a good damn question because that could have been one of Shannon's shoes. I don't, beautiful soul, that's everything needs to be investigated. And you know what, beautiful soul? Even DPD need to be investigated because this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Tony says, but why didn't her parents give a statement to the public about her being locked up? And why her and Naziah were fighting? We want to know what it was about. Absolutely, we want to know. But Tony, I'm beginning to realize in Wayne County, right? I'm beginning to realize they're paying people money to cover some shit up, girl. They're paying some people money to be quiet. Deborah Crosby, girl, get out of my head. Because that's what I wanted to know. Why would they have to take her clothes off to throw her in the water? I've asked that over and over because it's not making sense, Deborah. It's not making sense. Denise said, MOCA, I wish they could arrest Kim Worthless because she didn't really work this case. She just did the minimum and it's still got hidden parts. They need to rebuke the immunity of Shannon and Annette. Man. Well, allegedly they say Jarvis Butts ain't here, right? So he ain't here, he can't serve the time. So in my opinion, they need to make Shannon and Annette serve it. And whatever they bargained for in that plea deal, throw that shit away And whatever charges y'all were going to bring on them, bring them back. Bring them back. And add their time plus Jarvis' time. Let that happen. Terrific, absolutely terrific. He had to went, dug up in one female, didn't wash his ass when he went, dug in the next. DNA, DNA, DNA. Ariane said, MOCA, no, it was not a woman, it was kids. Remember what the judge said? So it's a lot because a lot of ABCs and 1, 2, 3s all around that shop. Girl, look. ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, Ariane. Hey, Nikki, welcome, boo. Denise said Annette might have treated those twins like golden girls because it was some terrible jealousy in that house from Lady to Naziah. Look, golden. Huh, Delta Blue. Hey, boo. Do you think Naziah is in another state along with the other runaways? Delta Blue. If you want MOCA's honest opinion, this is how MOCA feels. These are MOCA's thoughts, Delta Blue. And I'm going to put your question on the screen. And MOCA answer to that is yes. 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 Because Delta Blue, 2 years, 2 months, and 21 days. And you mean to tell me nothing? No sighting. They say she was in Rouge River. Nothing. Because even if she was in Rouge River, it probably wouldn't have surfaced in Michigan, but she'd have surfaced somewhere else. If she was in the dirt, something would have happened. All the elements, the wear and tear of the earth, nah, boo. Y'all can miss me with that. And look, Annette said it best in the press conference. Y'all don't know why y'all took her. Look, we got to pay attention and read between the lines. Annette said y'all don't know why y'all took her. Sakina, welcome, boo. Tammy, I see you, boo. Melissa, welcome. Annette said y'all don't know why y'all took her. And that's what I'm sticking with. I don't give a goddamn. That's what I'm sticking with. Tony said, them deal pickers can't walk a straight line without Annette. Absolutely. Terrific said they all look disabled. Who terrific girl. Told you Shannon and Markita both got an IEP. Nikki said, but they do look like Annette. Absolutely. Thing 1 and thing 2. Gloria said, before Lady's lifestyle, she was very beautiful. Absolutely, she was, Gloria. Seen some pics online. And Vari and Naziah are very good looking also. Absolutely. Gloria, Vari and Naziah looks just like their mama. Looks just like their mama. I mean, like their mama used to look. Lady was a beautiful girl. Tiffany said that's the story and they're sticking to it. Just pitiful. There we go. Lady Libra, my girl. She said, I believe Jarvis was guilty of rape. But they set Jarvis up and planted all those clothes across Detroit. Annette will be charged. Keep watching. I believe that with everything that's in me, Lady Libra. I am waiting on them to charge that goat, that Billy Goat humpback heifer. I am waiting for them to charge that wench. I'm waiting for it. Tiffany says, oh, they look like 2 big linebackers. Yeah, that school ID was staged. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nikki said, whatever y'all was going to give Jarvis, take it off the table and give it to Roly Poly 1 and 2. Yes, ma'am. I'm with it on that one. Give them fucking charges. Deborah Crosby said, I was looking at a video today and seeing that Shannon's daughter had on them red, black, and white gym shoes. You see what I'm saying? These people are sick. Absolutely, they're sick. That's why I say them shoes wasn't for Naziah. Nope. Tammy said, I want to know about Annette whereabouts for 3 hours. Me too. And I do believe, Tammy, in them 3 hours, Annette went and made a transaction. Annette did what she had to do. Look, MOCA mine. Since I've been on this shit, I'm not letting go of the church. I'm not letting go of trafficking because I'm still running back to Jarvis had trafficking charges on him when they first arrested that ass. But they mysteriously went away. So what are they covering up? What are they hiding? And for every goddamn thing, and I'll say it over and over and over again, for everything that I saw in that church, everything that I saw on their Facebook page, everything that I saw that man's wife posted, everything in me believe she may not still be in Detroit, but she left through that church. That's my belief. Look, Lady Libra. Lady Libra keeps saying she believes she's at that church. But nobody is touching the church. That very same church. That man is sick. And he trying to open up a daycare and a halfway house on the same block. Sit y'all ass down. Melissa said, I wouldn't trust Shannon or Annette with no kids, not even a roach. Absolutely. Tiffany said she was talking to Shannon and Markita, talking about bringing her back, but she ran away. Shut the hell up, Annette. Absolutely, Tiffany. Who the fuck will bring her back? Bring her back from where? Bring her back from where if you said she ran away? So, bitch, make up your mind. Make up your mind. Did she run away or did she run away? So if they, where you want them to go get her from if she ran away? Do you know where she ran away to? Do you know who she ran with? Annette, sit your confused ass down, bitch, with all of them lies. You can fool some of the people some of the time with them fucking lies, Annette, but we ain't fooled over here with your bullshit. Thank you, Dorothy Ann. Dorothy Ann said, MOCA, I love all of your opinions. I feel the same way. Thank you, boo. Lady Libra said, and the church took her and told Annette, God, the church kicked Annette ass out. Took her, kicked her out. And I believe Lady Libra, Annette was talking to the church. Y'all don't know why y'all took her. Y'all don't even know what's going on. She might be in danger. And then here come the evangelist. She's so close, yet so far. Make that shit make sense. Make that shit make sense. Y'all don't know why y'all took her. Y'all don't know what's going on. She could be in danger. Then here come evangelist. She's so close yet so far. Then the next day they're threatening the fuck out of him. He had to shut it all down. Damn. My girl Sakina said the church kicked out because the wigs was a sin. The wigs was a sin. That church didn't want no heat. That church did not want no heat, y'all. You hear me? Lady Libra said, I don't believe Jarvis gave a statement because I don't believe he had anything to do with her missing. Lady Libra, and I'm sticking to that too. That's what I said. Because how could Jarvis have given them a truthful statement, right? And Kim Worthy bring her ass out here and said they're satisfied with the statement that Mr. Butts gave them. Then DPD comes back the next day. We are well aware of the passing of Jarvis Butts. And we want you all to know that we're going to continue on the investigation and further continue to look for Naziyah Harris. Well, that shit don't make sense. Kim Worthy said they had what they needed. DPD come back the next day and said they ain't got a damn thing. They're going to keep looking. So who y'all lying to? Who y'all lying to? The fuck? Carla Russell, absolutely. A child goes missing every 40 seconds with over 2,100 reported daily. Now think about the ones that's not reported. Nikki said, MOCA, remember when she got off the bus and they kept playing the video back? She had on blue, black, and white low-cut Nike Dunk. Absolutely, Nikki. Nikki, the shoes didn't match what they found. Nikki, the picture wasn't the same. The clothes didn't match. These people full of shit. These people are full of shit. Absolutely, Larry. Hey, Tiwana, Tinona. I don't know. I was getting ready to call you somebody. She said, hey, everyone, I just popped in, but have y'all heard Jarvis is having a funeral? Really? Really? When? Where? Deborah Crosby said it might be hiding in that church. Absolutely. The church is, listen, the church is key. The church is key. Melissa, the evangelist needs to be questioned thoroughly. Thoroughly. Wilma said that church was mad because they didn't get her. Terrific said, MOCA, do you believe they gave Butthead something to unalive himself? With him being high profile, you think they would be watching him like a hawk. Absolutely. But Terrific, I don't believe I don't believe he's deceased. And that's just me. That's just me. All them damn lies. April, you remember that? King said he told Jarvis, man, we need to bring that little girl home. Jarvis said he wasn't ready to bring her home. And that's some shit. Hey, Chandra, welcome. The whole case was a damn lie. Melissa said that wasn't that baby on that door camera. They lied. She was already gone. Absolutely, Melissa. Absolutely. Denise says, I believe Wayne County is truly involved in this some kind of way because it just doesn't make sense and it's not adding up at all. But there you go. Stand on what you believe because, listen, we ain't making this shit up. We're not making this shit up. And then they went to that girl. Nikki said she's not in that water. Those clothes was placed there to make us think, to mislead us that she's in that water. Absolutely. Sakina said he was state or county. He was state property, Sakina. He was state property. Melissa said Jarvis having a funeral, but our baby not nowhere in sight. What the fuck, Melissa? Huh. Absolutely, Lady Libra. Let me tell you, that's why I know what I know and I feel what I feel and I say what I say. Because why would Shannon and Markita take the flyers down as fast as they were going up? Why? I'm not going to sit up here and see that the fact that they're saying Jarvis is going to have a funeral. You know who's not going to comment on that and press on that and have commentary on that? Me. I'm not. Because why would I believe it? This whole goddamn case has been staged. This shit is a play going wrong. No. Look at what Lady Libra said. And that's why I stand in what I say. Lady Libra said, you did say that. After a while, Jarvis would disappear. And I stand on that. I stand on that. But I didn't expect it to happen as soon as it did. Nikki said when they were talking about the lawyers were mentioning about the clothes, Jarvis had a strange look on his face. Everything about this shit, Jarvis was looking strange about a lot of stuff because he knew they were lying. He knew they were lying. Well, have a funeral, Jarvis. Have a funeral, Jarvis. Hey, Dayana, welcome, boo. Welcome. Look, they're gonna have to convince me that's him. Not a stunt double, not a wax replica. Because baby, from the way this shit been going from day one, everybody is getting a little payday underneath the table. Everybody's hand is getting greased to play a part. Everybody. We gonna see how this shit plays out. Denise said, I don't believe Jarvis really got rid of Naziah. I believe they made him give her up to someone and he had to take the fall. I do believe they had relations and he didn't want Shannon. Hell no. Hell to the no. Jarvis' body has been claimed by his sister, the one who spoke in court. They're going to give him a funeral and his niece has confirmed he's having a funeral. Ciao. Tammy said, what happened to our coat? But clothes taken off. Let it make sense. You understand? Shannon said baby girl wasn't dead, Lady Libra. Markita even had that conversation with the landlord and said that child was not dead. They slipped up. They had their moment. Tinona said, I ain't going to no funeral to see if that's him. Ooh, child. Melissa said the Enterprise had to silence Jarvis quickly. He knew too much. He knew too much. But yet the coat, that's the funny thing. The coat never reappeared, y'all. Annette will be back to work in no time if justice ain't served. She been back to work. Melissa said Jarvis was the fall guy. Absolutely, Melissa. Definitely not an unaliver. This shit is strange. This shit is sad. This shit is crazy. And Detroit is sad. The state of Michigan is sad to let Detroit get away with this shit. And everybody's sad to not be on top of Shannon, Annette, and Markita goddamn head at this point. Because that child did not deserve none of this. None of this. Absolutely, Ariane, the book bag never surfaced either. None of that shit surfaced. None of it. But child, we done came out here. Now we got another conversation for tomorrow. A funeral. We go talk about this. But anyway, guys, we came out here. We had a fun for another 2 hours. We done did what we had to do. For those of you who have not yet hit that like button, hit the like button for your girl on the way out the door. Hype up the live for me. Tap the emojis to the right. Keep your notifications set so y'all know each and every time we go live. And we're going to get out of here, flood the chat with hearts for Naziah. Because we going to get justice for baby girl one way or another. We going to get justice for baby girl. Melissa said it makes no sense. He was forced and threatened to help with this mess. Absolutely. So I love each and every one of you. Good night. God bless. And I'll be back. I don't know. Just keep your notifications set. And I'll see you all next time.
We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. No. Motivated from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is full of truth and a chat full of cheer. MOCA in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. Know the pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the chat gon' rep that crowd. We stand tall, we rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. Won't you lead from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. Down in the NOLA where the soul don't break. MOCA built the lane where the real ones stay. Ain't no faking the funk, ain't no playing for clout. You bring that mess, we gon' sort that out. But this ain't about drama, it's about love. It's about healing, it's about trust. Every child, every voice, every name in the breeze. We gon' stand for the ones no one else gon' see. So we rise tall, we rise as one. Oh, no, no bellows, the work ain't done. Won't you lead it from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. One mic, one tribe, one mission in mind. We protect what's right and we hold that line. It's the chat where the truth and the love collide. Where the voices don't hide and the pain gets light. We see you, we feel you, we fight for the cause. Every kid, every tear, we break down walls. When you hear that bell, that's the call to act. We family now, and that's just facts. We stand tall, we rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. Won't you lead it from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This one's for every voice we fight for and every child who needs to be heard. We see you, we feel you. We stand with the truth. This is the Know Your Bells. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Stand tall with join the family.
Good night, everyone. God bless.